Hello, Advanced Organizational Management students. I hope everyone is having a great holiday weekend. It is Sunday, May 29th, and what I do is I usually post these video mini lectures that I call them every Sunday. Our course will start on Monday officially, but unofficially. If you have a holiday and day off, take the day off, enjoy it, get some rest, go to diffuse mode, and pick it back up on Tuesday. So um, for this week, I just kind of want to give you a little bit of overview of the course, some insights to the assignments that you're going to be doing this week. And the way that I kind of view this course is this is really what I would call like a self-reflection course. It's heavily based in research and the reading. There is a lot of reading. It can be a little bit of taxing at times, but the course is quite manageable. So the important thing is just to stay on top of it. Like in one of your chapter readings this week in chapter 2 for Witten, when it would talk about Stephen Covey's effective time management, I always tell like students you should be in quadrant 2, that it's important and not urgent. And as you already know this as students that are close to being done, you have to balance your time. So just stay on top of that and jump into the forum discussion post early and have a plan. So think about the next 7 weeks, and we do get a break during this time period, so that's kind of nice around July 4th. But map things out, have a plan, and you'll have some success. And I've noticed a few of you that I've seen before in some other classes, so good to see you again. For those, welcome to my course, and I look forward to getting to know you over these next 2 months. So uh, first, just with that readings, just one thing I want to point out, maybe your $10 word of the day is epistemology. And when we read these things about leadership or management, this is based on theory. And when you read these textbooks, you'll notice there's a lot of in-text citations to different sources. We use APA obviously in this course, but epistemology looks at what is the truth. It's separating from what we believe in theory to hold true, and we believe these things in management leadership, that are certain things work better than others, and what is just opinion. So there was a lot of research has been done to read when you read this textbook, they support it with a lot of research. That we're not saying that this is a perfect model or everything works correctly with addressing problems or trying to find the right product and how do you motivate and lead people and how do you become a better manager. But we know through research some of the best practices and what has worked well, and that's a lot of what you'll be reading about in this course. So that was your $10 word of the day, is epistemology. Look it up. It's more deals with philosophy, but in education, it's always about like a research question. What do you want to know? And researchers are going out and trying to seek that truth. How do things work, and how does management work best, and how does leadership work best? So, but bottom line, any product or service that you have, it has to be a quality product or service, or people aren't going to buy it. Um, there's an interesting read about the 3M sticky notes in some of your reading. It was kind of how it developed and arrived. And once people realized that it was valuable, then they wanted it. So, but nevertheless, as long as you have a good product, a good service, a lot of that is the organization and getting people to do things you need them to do, but also cooperative way. And then also having that vision that, hey, this is where we're going to have to make some changes, because the environment's always changing. There's competition, and we need the company or the organization to run efficiently. So some guidance for this week. Um, Before you do the readings, I put out there the personal inventory assessments. There is a key code to my lab out there for this textbook, so make sure you get yourself enrolled and register in that. But I'd suggest doing those personal inventory assessments before you engage in the readings in the Witten textbook. So you're going to have some additional readings. They're going to be part of the forum discussion. I've changed the forum discussion a little bit, that you decide, you pick which one interests you, and we'll just kind of see where the discussion post goes. We have about 15 or 16, I think, in this cohort, so I try to take turns to get responses to everyone. I may not get to all of you that week. There might be some weeks that like next week I'm taking vacation. I may spend some of that vacation. I might respond to everyone that week if I feel I have the time. Some might be just very brief. Some might be, much longer, and I might put some attachments out there. But the main thing that, read through the syllabus, the main thing I'm looking for is, solid forum post, post on time to get people to respond back in time. Definitely use APA in your postings, graduate level writing work. And, how can you add value to the discussion? So with this, also, we're going to have some applied applications. And I'm reading through the applied application chip and bin, just to call it Kismet. I got this letter from GFL, that's my trash service in Lee Summit, Missouri. So I thought it was very appropriate. But, it's from a GFL for their organization. There's maybe Deffenbaum and a couple other vendors that come around Lee Summit, Missouri, where I live. And I just like GFL because, bottom line, I'm an economist and they're lowest cost, and they seem to do just as good a job as the Deffenbaum. Had some minor issues, but one of the interesting things, almost tied directly to the case study, is they're telling me now that I can only have the certain types of trash cans, which makes sense because technology has changed with how they do trash services. People don't jump out anymore, grab the trash can, throw in the truck. They have machines that do it. So they're basically saying, hey, you have to have these standardized trash cans. You can't have, the lid's got to be able to close. And I thought this was also interesting because I'm sure their costs have gone up and they're trying to be more efficient. They have these overage stickers. It says overage stickers for trash bags size 30 gallon or smaller can be purchased by calling GFL customer service and blah, blah, blah. Overage stickers are priced at $10 for a sheet of 5 stickers. Households may rate an additional trash cart for weekly collection rate of $10 per month. So they're trying different strategies, and have they tested out in this different markets? They probably have. What is some of their objectives? Why are they trying to do this? And will this work well? And I need to follow up in this type of season. What about lawn and leaf bags? Is that going to impact my costs? So I wish that was written out a little bit better explicitly in a letter. That's probably something management and leadership, didn't think about necessarily when they sent the letter, but I'm sure people are going to have those type of questions. But ultimately, it's to get people to think about how they're going to reduce the waste and how the company's going to be more efficient in their operations and process. So I thought it was kind of interesting. I thought I'd share that with you. Oh, I did realize that the phone number in the syllabus is not correct. Inflation. Basically, we finally made a decision to get rid of the landline through Spectrum. It was just costing too much. So I'm going to make sure to post it out there. I'll tell you the phone number is 816-442-9821. Still, email is the best way to get a hold of me. I will get back to you that day or the following day at the latest. Just some wrap up for the readings for this week, especially in your management textbook. That first chapter, it talked about, kind of the evaluation of management skills. And again, I said this is more like a self-evaluation course. We all learn. We all experience different things working with people we manage or working with projects or the people we work with. We all have different styles. I run a learning center at a Metropolitan Community College of Kansas City, and I have a writing specialist, I have a math specialist, my background's in economics, I have another person that runs SI and embedded tutoring. I have about 40 different tutors, and they all have different personalities and different styles, but bottom line, we have to provide academic support for the college, so we all have different ways about how we think we should do that. We all have different budget constraints. We all have different problems that we're trying to solve to improve the performance of our academic support center. So we have to work together as a team to try to address some of those constraints and those issues. But the first chapter really kind of just talks about, the individual, your style, what are areas that we can all improve upon. And then in chapter 2, it really gets the importance of managing the self. We have a good balance in life, trying to reduce stress. What are some observations of things that we can do to try to improve our lives? And then finally, the last chapter, chapter 3, with the solutions of problems. I thought that was really interesting. A lot of the interesting, case studies and examples, especially the one about how the microwave was invented. I was not familiar with that one until I read that section. But, definitely in today's changing world and with change, we're always going to be looking at solutions. Even when I did my grocery shopping at Walmart, I'm still a little frustrated because there's only one person checking you out, but you see it's all automated today, and they went in order to reduce cost. They all want you to go to the self-checkout the line. And then they have robots that run around between the frozen aisle taking inventory now. So I always kind of think of that movie WALL-E, that we're going to be sitting around fat, dumb, and happy on little saucers, and everything's going to be taken care of for us. So we won't be able to think anymore. But anyway, we still have to address issues. We're not quite at that WALL-E world stage yet, and I don't think I'd want to be in that world either, if I remember that movie correctly, if I watched it with my kids when they were much younger. So anyway, if you do have any questions, again, do email me, but I'm looking forward to talk to you online this week. And other than that, enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend, and we'll talk to you online. Take care.